All right guys, so I just turned 25, so I wanted to share 25 things I've learned by 25. This is going to be the first 5 things. Some videos are going to be longer than others, but first of all, thank you guys for all the wishes, a lot of positive energy even whilst getting work done, getting calls from people overseas, around Australia, love from around the world, and I'm really blessed that I have that kind of network and people supporting me and around me. 25 things I've learned by 25. The first thing I've learned is that, to be honest, try a ton of stuff, man. Like, I'm 25 years old. By the time I was 24, like, I'd probably tried like 8 to 10 different types of businesses, maybe 8 to 15 types of businesses, maybe 20 types of businesses, to be honest. I've had a cleaning company. I've had 3 marketing agencies, or maybe 4 marketing agencies. Yeah, I think 4 marketing agencies. 2 of them are standing. Had a production company, which is Quasar. I've had 3 to 4 nightclubs, 1 standing, Culture Club, nightclubs and / events. I'll say events because Culture is more of an event. Yeah, I've had Faceless Instagram. I've probably had more than 20, to be honest. I've had a lot of businesses. And the great thing was I made a lot of these tests very early on. Like, I started trying business. I tried network marketing. I tried a lot of these things from like 18. So by the time I was like 22, I was relatively convicted that, all right, the thing for me is probably going to be the marketing agency. To be fair, it wasn't really till early last year. I was like, I really just got to start going all in on this. I've actually had more than 20 now that I think about it, because I've done crypto businesses as well. I've had a few of those. I've had nearly 20. I reckon I've had 25 to 30 businesses, right? So try a lot of things. Okay, that's the first thing, because it's just speed. Now, like, I'm fortunate. Like, I got a legit business. I have a legit staff. I pay my staff between 10 to 20K a month, I have a name in Australia. I have a name in Asia Pacific. I'm internationally, to some level, known. On a very low level, I'm an international director. I'm a national level marketer in terms of who knows my work and the people we worked with, right? But that didn't happen over time. That happened with trial and error. So that's the first thing. Try a lot of things. The second thing is sales is easily one of the most important skills in life. In dating, in living, in getting your way, in managing relationships and managing friction. Like, I'm telling you, by far, sales and effective communication is one of the most important and crucial things that you will ever learn. And it has saved my life in some situations that I perhaps won't reveal right now. It has built great alliances with people. It has taken me around the world to an extent. It's helped me even elevate when I was playing basketball still. So it's taught me a lot. And whilst initially it's a very uncomfortable skill to learn, for many people, not for everyone, but for me it was initially, it's so rewarding, and it gives you a level of confidence and conviction that many people won't have. I believe one of the biggest fears that people still have is speaking on public stages. More than like arachnophobia, which is fear of spiders, which is ridiculous, right? So imagine that the average person is too scared to speak on a stage. If you're able to speak on a stage, you are now significantly, from a statistical sense, stronger than the average person, right? So that's the second thing, sales, right? The third thing, understand your personality. Now, here's what I mean with this. There's personality tests. Some people talk about star signs, but I'm talking like read books about psychology, sociology, and like how you can understand how your parents and your environment and your surroundings and how you were brought up have contributed to where you are today. There's going to be negative parts of your upbringing. There's going to be benefit parts of your upbringing that was beneficial to your growth as a young adult or an adult or a teenager watching this. And there's going to be things that were not beneficial, so things that were and were not. And it is your job to uncode those things and work on the things that did not benefit you, and then enhance the things that were naturally there for you. You know, there's a lot of things naturally that were against me, you know, just based on how I was brought up or based on my parents. But there were also an overwhelming amount of things that were extremely positive that I got from my parents as well. For example, since I was in year 5, I've always been at least above average in verbal communication. So when I started reading books and I was like, you got to double down on your strength and stuff. When I tell you, like, nearly every year for the last 6 to 7 years, on my whiteboard, there has been some sort of goal to speak more concisely, treat your words like gold. These are things that have formerly been on my whiteboard before. Make X amount of calls a day, talk to X amount of strangers a day. Even now at 25 years old, nearly every week for the last year plus, I add 7 new people into a folder, and I've talked about this on how to network with 7 and 8 figure business owners, a folder where I say, all right, I've met someone in healthcare, I've met someone in junk removal, I've met someone in media, and now we have hundreds of people in this networking folder because I've been consistent with this thing, and I understand that I'm quite good at verbally communicating, at least above average, since I was 10 years old. So I make sure to have this list, and then I can reach out to them, communicate with them, etc. So you need to find out where your strengths might be, not just from a ego standpoint, but from what were your grandparents like, what were your parents like, etc. And then play to your strengths where you can. So those are the first 3 things. The 4th thing by 25. There's so many things I could say, but I know like there's probably going to be family members watching this as well and stuff. Control your ego. Here's what I mean by this. Be comfortable having a great and big fat ego. I have one. A lot of people have one that are trying to make moves in the world. Nothing wrong with that. But you need to also have as little ego as possible when learning from people that are bigger than you. You know, I was fortunate. Since I was 21, I was able to have finally gotten into the door and start networking with, you know, some 7-figure business owners. Now I've got people in my network that are up 8 figures, multiple 8 figures. Obviously, you saw the interview with Ty Lopez, multiple 9 figures, maybe nearly a billionaire. Definitely multiple 7 figures. That's crazy. That's my standard. In many of my friendship circles, like a lot of people there are in their 20s making like multiple 7 figures. I'm like the baby of the group with my multiple 6 figures, right? And that's such a great environment. So you have to shut off that ego, because, you know, it allows for people that see them in you to want to pull you up, instead of them thinking this guy thinks he's too big for us, so we're going to suppress him, or I'm not going to lend a hand to him and bring him up with me. So again, that comes to that balance of understanding when to kind of let it out and roar like a lion, and when to draw it back. And that's some of its maturity, to be honest with you, as well. Now, the 5th thing to wrap this first part up is you got to want it bad. Man, like I'm like today, I have people calling me from all around the world. And for me, to be honest, I haven't even responded to some of the girls, to some of the friends of mine that have tried to call me yet, because I understand that it is my job to be consistent. There's still people that were asking for extra payments for salaries and extra things today and stuff, because that is my job. That is my duty to my team. And that's going to be my duty to my team. So you've got to really want it badly, guys. Like I woke up, right? I went to bed yesterday and I was thinking about like how far I've come and how far I haven't come. And it was interesting. I was like, you know what? Truthfully speaking, I filled up a fair few buckets. I'm around 85 kilograms. I look good with my shirt off. I'm confident. I like my friendship circle. I like the network I have in Asia Pacific. I want more of a network around the world. But for me, I was like, the one thing I'm missing is, and this is me being really transparent with you guys, it's like $1 million a month profit, cash flow. And this is from someone that, you know, maybe is on track, but at least not at the moment, has even done in one 12-month calendar year, 7 figures. Now that might not be as far away anymore, fortunately, but you know, that was lingering in my mind, and that's not because I'm some money hungry, obsessed, you know, narcissist or whatever. It's more like, since I was 20 to 21 years old, I have had extreme conviction in the kind of freedom, the kind of speed, the kind of life that I want to have. So because I'm so I'm relentlessly going after that life, for me it's like 25, 21, like I wanted to be a millionaire at 21, I'm not. You know what I mean? And I'm not upset about that, but there's just a level of urgency that I woke up with even more aggressively today. And that urgency was saying, Dami, go even harder than you're going right now. Go even harder. There's an event that we're doing the marketing for. That event will probably do at least 100K in revenue. And me and my team, I'm going to get a piece of that. I'm just like, I just got to go so much harder. And, I'm grateful for that, because that relentless hunger is what has allowed me to take Quasar around the world in less than 2 years, is what has allowed my agency and myself to work with over 150 clients since I was 19/20 years old. You know what I mean? So I'm super grateful for that, but it just made me want to go so much harder. And it's the same for you guys. Like, if you want to make any significant progress, you have to go so freaking hard for years, you know what I mean? That's why, to some extent, I got a good chunk of respect from at least a lot of people in Melbourne, Sydney, and a few other places in Asia Pacific, because they've seen me work. They see me at Quasar shoots. They see me locked in, trying to get 10 episodes done in a day, all high quality. They see me going day after day after day after day, whether I've had a break, whether I've had a breakup, whether I'm sick. They just know Dami's gonna be up. And if it's up, it's go. So that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. There's the 5 things that I've learned by 25. There's going to be more all week. All week, we're just going to be giving out the things that I've learned in my short 25 years. And this is just the beginning. This is just the freaking beginning, guys. I promise you that. I haven't even warmed up yet. I've maybe stretched a little bit. I've stretched 1 or 2 legs, but I'm not even fully springy yet. Like, this is not even the beginning. So I'm grateful to God for 25 years, to another 25 and another 25 and another 25 and another 25, because you already know your boy's going to make it to over 100. If God wills it, I think he will. But if you like this, like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for your support. It doesn't go unnoticed, every single one of you. I appreciate you. And hopefully I can be a vessel of, information and help and wisdom to pass on to you guys in your own journey. Okay? More life. And as always, think mega. Thanks, CB family. Day ones.